internal experience is something that we often shut off, and we rely on outside data to tell us what's going on inside. One of the recent inventions, the Fitbit or the fitness trackers, they do that, and they're fantastic in a way. But we're also relying on something outside of us to find out what's happening inside of us. And really, you are the best source of that information. But it requires a vulnerability. And as a man in this culture, I have to say, being vulnerable is actually not always easy. I've been trained culturally to not be vulnerable. Whether that means not crying, I have a hard time crying. I feel it well up in me, and I won't let it out. But it's even more than that. It gets subtler than that. Being open, being vulnerable, is just about receiving. It's about receiving information. It's about listening to other people, listening to my own information. It's interesting, although I don't think only men struggle with this. I think our culture in general, we are on a forward progress to making things happen, building things, and changing our environment instead of quieting ourselves and just kind of receiving what is happening before implementing change, whether that's, spending some time in the forest you're about to cut down and build a house in, before cutting the trees, and listening to the lay of the land. I mean, if you look around, you can see it in terms of houses. The houses, a lot of them look like they were kind of whoop, like plopped down randomly on the land without any understanding of the lay of the land. And there's practical reasons behind doing this. I mean, for instance, if you quiet yourself and listen to the land and watch the land before building on it, you'll see the way the water moves, and you'll understand where the highest and driest spot is to build your house so that you don't experience flooding. But there are other reasons. There's a sense of flow and ease and peace that happens when you choose a good spot to build. But it's all about receiving before putting out. It's this give and take. It's this conversation with our world and with our life and with ourselves. And this seems to be a missing piece, and I just wanted to kind of share that amidst a house here that I built myself with my wife. And we sat and listened to the land, and we decided where we wanted to build. We could have sat and listened longer, but I do think that we picked a good spot. It's certainly high and dry. Hurricanes come and go, and we don't experience flooding.